Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're making a logo sign for a local business that we love. Check this one out, you're gonna love it. Hey guys, one more thing before we get to the project. We would really appreciate it if you guys would like and subscribe to the channel. We're doing 3 videos every week. We've got almost 2,000 videos. All we ask is that you guys subscribe, click that little bell icon. Also, don't forget, we got a big, huge March giveaway going on right now, over a $200 package. Click in the description below and you'll go right to the video with all the details. So let me give you a little background on this sign and why we decided to do this. Number one, these people make the best pizza and lasagna like I've ever had. It is amazing. Number two, I wanted them to know who we are and what we do, and I thought this would be a great way to get our work in their place. Number three, we are rebuilding our sign carving trailer, and we want to start going and doing events, and they have car shows there every, I don't know, 2 or 3 times a year they have car shows. The idea is maybe this will turn into a place that we can set up and carve signs. Maybe you guys have a situation that you can make a free sign for somebody and you know, maybe good things will come of it. So that's the background behind this. Now let's get to it.
So we started off by making our board. We cut 3 nice pieces of pecan, or pecan, however you want to say it, and we planed and jointed them. Now we're going to laminate them together. You want to make sure to put plenty of glue and make sure that when you're doing this, the glue covers every bit of the surface. And you want to clamp them together nice and tight. Make sure that the boards are as even as they can be and as tight as they can be. The next morning, I took the board out of the clamps. Now when you surface a board like this, you want to make sure to get it as flat as you can and get any of the excess glue off, because that's really going to help in the layout process. The layout process is a whole video in itself, so I will leave a link in the description below for an entire video on our transfer process using an inkjet printer. Now it's time to start carving. We started out with a carving liner at 1/8 of an inch deep. Now these are super tiny little letters. This is a great example of the fine detail you can get with the carving liner and with quite a bit of practice. Then we switched to the profile bit at 3/16. So these are some pretty small letters here, but still plenty big enough for the profile bit. Now with pecan and other hardwoods especially, you want to make sure that you get your straight lines without going too deep first. Once you get your full profile done, then you can go back and go deeper to give yourself a little bit more room. Next, we're using the 1/8 inch spiral upcut bit, and we're going to have this at 1/8 of an inch deep. Now the reason we're using this is to give ourselves more room when we come in with the 1/4 inch spiral upcut to take out all of the wood, because this is going to be a flat background for the epoxy pour. The last bit we're using on this sign is the 1/4 inch spiral upcut, and this is about 1/4 of an inch deep. We're going around the entire logo to give us some room for our power carving, and then we're going to go in and take out all of the excess wood inside the logo to get it ready for the epoxy pour.
Okay, we got all the router work done, all the carving done, all the flat background done. Now we got to do some power carving. So we are using the Kutzall extreme coarse disc on the angle grinder. Again, I'll try and be as safe as I can here. I'll put my face shield on here in a minute. I like the paddle switch on here on this DeWalt. Anyway, let's make some sawdust.
We measured 3/4 of an inch down from the top of the sign. We're going to make this line on every side of the board to give us something to go by when we're power carving. Our first disc we're using is the extreme coarse from Kutzall. This thing really makes some sawdust, so you want to make sure you have all your safety gear on. Now, doing something like this, even though you have a lot of wood to remove, you got to be real careful when you get up close to your carving, because it will grab and it will destroy all the work you just did. Once we got down to roughly where we want the wood to be, we switched over to the medium coarse disc from Kutzall. This will get us the rest of the way a little bit slower, and it'll also give a nice smoother transition. And if you're interested in any of the stuff we're using in today's video, I will have links for everything in the description below.
Hey guys, all right, we've got all of the router work done, all the power carving done, we got all the fill done. It's time to put a seal coat on this thing. So we're just gonna pour epoxy resin, probably about 12, 14 ounces, and then we're gonna seal this thing up, get it ready for paint, and then the flood coat later on. We're using Super Gloss. This stuff is really good. We got it from our buddy Andrew up in Las Vegas. Anyway, let's get to it.
Working with epoxy resin's a lot of fun, but you want to make sure that you're in a pretty well ventilated area, and also use gloves, because if you don't, you will regret it.
All right, you guys, it's time for the flood pour. So we've done the sanding. We sanded off the back and sealed it up and taped it off with blue tape so that the drips hopefully on the back side will come off easily. We've spent a lot of time sanding the front, making sure that we didn't have any blue or red little drips of resin where we don't want them. We sanded off the surface. We were going to paint all these letters, but this wood is so beautiful, we've decided to leave it just wood color on the letters to match the outside, and I think it's going to look a lot better that way. So now it's time for the flood pour. We've got it all leveled up so we know it's going to hopefully flow evenly. We're using our super gloss resin, and we're going to mix up 12 ounces, and that should be plenty to do the whole surface of this sign. So here we go.
Oh man, are you serious?
That's what we do. We love what you guys do. You know, we're just happy you guys are in business, and this is just appreciation for everything you guys do.
Man, that is over the top, you guys. I mean it.
Well,
You know
awesome.
what?
Glad
Great,
you
great
like
American
it.
pizza goes for all us great Americans, man.
That's right. Absolutely.
I will, man. I'm overdone. I don't know what to say, man. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I mean,
No, you're absolutely
Wow.
welcome. Thank you
Wow.
guys for everything you do.
gosh, that's
We
freaking
just
awesome.
love you guys.
Oh my God.
That's a solid piece of pecan.
No kidding.
Yeah. All hand routed and power carved. We'll have a whole video on it. We'll send you a link to the video once we got it up.
Wow, man. I don't know what to say. Man.
You're welcome, brother.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you for everything you do, man.